I am JT Burcham, Hope 100.7, 88.3, 93.7 The Light. This is People and Projects. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I am honored to be talking with a special person who has a great project. Welcome, Sydney Taylor. So nice to have you here.
Hello.
Sydney, the other day I got an email with a song attached. I'm not the music director here. I don't very often get songs
Yeah.
sent to me, but I heard yours and I said, wow, this is good. So I sent it to the program director who makes all those music decisions. And uh, I'm sure you heard his answer. Daryl Pierce said, you know what? We don't play new music from Crowder or from Toby Mac. We don't play anything new, let alone
Yeah.
artist. But I saw a compliment in he said, your music is very good. He was really impressed with your song. So
Thank you.
it's an honor to be chatting with Sydney Taylor today. Now, Sydney, you've just released a song, first time ever.
First one.
How did you get into how did you first get into this and decide I want to record a song? Where did that come from?
Yeah, it really started at a very young age. And the moment that I first felt close to Jesus, it was through music. And so when I was younger, I struggled so much with insecurity, with body image issues. And I really had the hardest time loving myself and who God had created me to be. I was very broken during that time, and I allowed myself to truly just believe the lies of the enemy. And at that time, I think I was an early teenager, couldn't yet drive. And I remember being in the car with my dad. And every time I got in the car, I would just start sobbing. I was so broken. I was so just like uncomfortable with myself, and I wasn't confident at all. And so I was just sobbing, and I was going through really a tough time mentally. And my dad knew that I did not want to talk about it. He knew there was nothing that he could say, nothing that he could do to make me feel better. And so instead of talking, he would turn up the radio and blast worship music. That way I could just look out the window and I could just cry and I could just feel. And that is where I met Jesus for the very first time. I felt safe in his presence, and that's where I felt his peace. And so every night after that moment, I would play the same worship song on repeat to calm my mind to sleep. And so Jesus met me through my music at the lowest time. And then,
Yeah.
yeah. After that, I continued to pursue deeper through worship. It was the way that I connected to God the most, and the way that I sought after him. And so the presence of God became my sanctuary. It was the place I came for peace. And through that, my love for music grew, and I started leading at my home church worship, and kind of developed a passion for sharing the heart and the presence of God. And so I started to find beauty in his creation and the beauty and love of how he created me. And so that's when I started to really write music and create music. And my prayer became that through my music, people would meet Jesus wherever they are, and that they would feel the safety in his presence that I did.
I love that. I love your dad already. He knows good music therapy, obviously.
Absolutely.
What were some of the worship songs that inspired you and helped bring you out of dark times?
Yeah.
Any favorites that you can brag on or tell us about?
Absolutely. The one that I played over and over to fall asleep was Your Great Name by Natalie Grant.
Uh,
Um, love that song. Still listen to it this day when I'm going through something. The verses and the lyrics of that song shut out the enemy, and it says the name of Jesus is over everything. And so would just speak that to myself over and over in order to calm my mind and to receive peace from his presence.
yeah, so cool. So you have recorded other songs other than just this one, I'm guessing. Yes, you've done some other stuff.
Yes. Yes, this is the very first one that I've ever gave to other people. The rest right now are my own, and I am so excited to continue to share them. But they all are just little flowers of this bouquet of my testimony, and I think that people are going to really be able to relate and grab onto the testimony that I have.
Yeah. Awesome. So Natalie Grant, an influence for someone who, doesn't know your music. How do you describe your music? Obviously worship, at least this song is.
I feel like my music is just bits of my testimony that has really just become a surrendering outlet for me, something to give back to the Lord and something that other people can grab onto. And I just pray that the Lord would use my testimony, use my music, and that it would become our music that we can really experience the Lord through.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. All right. I can't convince Daryl Pierce to put your rotation here at Hope right now. We can play it now.
We
So
can play it.
yeah, we're gonna play it this one time for sure.
Okay.
About this song, did you write it? Maybe the story behind it. What do you hope people get from this song called "All on the Altar"?
Yes. So this song for me was just about letting go of the life that I planned for myself and the life that I envisioned. And because I am very much a control freak, like I like to have everything in order, I like to be organized. And so it was really just letting go of the stress of having to have my whole life planned out and the disappointment of that not working. And so it was choosing the path that Jesus paved for me. And so I remember being asked the question, it was, would you dream with Jesus? And I was encouraged to go spend time with the Lord and tell him my greatest dreams and my greatest desires. And so I was like, okay, I can do that. And so I went and I sat down and I started talking to the Lord. And I just felt his presence just like surround me completely. And I was like, you know what? Like, I I don't want to tell you my greatest dreams because my greatest dream is what you have for me, is your dream for me. And it's your desire. I want my desires to stem from your desires because I know that the truest fulfillment, that my passions and my joy, it all comes from what you have for me. So it was that moment that I sat with Jesus and I first told him yes. And in that exact moment, he did not tell me what I was saying yes to or what I was gonna do or the passions that he was gonna give me. But I gave him my yes before he asked for it. And I told him that. And that's where in the song you'll hear, yes will be my answer before you even ask. And that was kind of the whole line that birthed this song. So this song is really for anyone struggling to let go of control and an invitation to lay down your own plans and step into the freedom that comes from trusting God completely. Because when I gave him my yes, my whole perspective changed. I was like, the rest of my life can start because I know that from now on, if I pursue your desires and if I pursue your plans for me, then I'm walking right where I need to be, even if I have no idea what's coming.
This plan I laid out for where I thought I'd go. This wounded trust that tells me I'm on my own. All I'm afraid of, I leave it all right here. My heart is pounding, hearing my Savior's voice. It isn't easy, but there's no other choice. No turning back now, I leave it all right here. With heaven before me, all the world behind, I'm holding to you, Jesus, for all of my life. You can have it all, you can have it all. It's all on the altar, all on the altar. I'll make the promise that I've been scared to make.
All right. All right. Yes, it goes on and on. Uh, Sounds great, though.
Thank you.
What do you think there, Sydney? There we go. Awesome song.
Thanks.
Awesome song. Great job. A lot of wisdom in those lyrics. Now, I loved the music. Daryl Pierce, program director, he loved the lyrics. So good stuff. Good
Thank
stuff.
you. Yeah,
Excited.
it's been the biggest blessing to release a song and already start hearing the testimonies coming from it and how God has been already using it to reach so many people.
Yeah. So now this is the only song available Spotify, Tidal, Apple, all those places.
Mhm.
I encourage folks to go out. Now, there is another Sydney Taylor I also learned. Yeah,
Yeah.
rock and roller, who I had to search through a fair amount of her stuff to find Sydney Taylor, the worship leader. So, but I found it.
Once you find me, I'm there.
Keep searching. Yeah. Now, what other music might we hear in the future? What you have more just like that? Yes.
Yes, I have so many more. Over these past 2 years, I have been writing and writing and writing. So I have a handful of songs to release eventually. I'm so excited to get back into the studio and start number 2, debut single number 2, or just single, possibly an EP at some point. But every song has its own story of how God has worked through my life, a decision to following Jesus. And I'm really excited to share the testimony behind each and every one of them. It's been cool because every time I go into a studio, I come out with a song of like, I can't believe that just happened. And I can't believe that that's like how that sounds because none of them are the same. They're so different. And I think there's so much beauty in that because someone who may not like the sound of All on the Altar can come for the second song and find so much testimony within that within their own life.
Yeah, fun. Okay, trick question for you. When Sydney's not doing music,
Mm.
what's Sydney do to relax and have fun?
Oh my. I love coffee shops. I will
Yeah.
go to as many coffee shops in one day as I can, and I will sit there for hours. I'll try new caramel lattes everywhere I go, and we'll just read my Bible. I'll get and do some work on the computer. If not, I'll go on a walk, but I love coffee shops everywhere. That's where you'll find me.
Fun. All right, one last question here. This is from another DJ in the station, but he said, "Okay, 20 years from now, you've got your own plane, your own bus, multiple tours behind you. You're selling out the Nutter Center 7 days in a row. What is that trick diva item in your rider? What is what's in the rider that people go, oh, Sydney?
Ah, that is a great
Sounds
question.
like coffee could be in there.
It sounds like after every show, I'll need an iced caramel latte, or before every show, every morning if it's a tour. We'll find the nearest coffee shop, and I think that'll be it. I'll probably drive people crazy because 'cause I'll be like, "Okay, which one looks the cutest? Which one do you think has the best coffee? Let's go sit there for hours," and that's probably it.
Well, Sydney, thank you for sharing your time with us today. I think your music is a great first song, really excited about, and hope the very best for you. I pray that your yes turns into a lot of great music ahead.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sydney. Appreciate it. Again, Sydney Taylor, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. Do a little searching, you'll find it. Thanks again, Sydney. Appreciate it.
Thank you.